we're here. Y'all come on in. Y'all should come and watch in person, but it's okay if you can't. There's several people live. The radio's live several different ways. I'm live. So let's see who's going to say what. Who's got the experience to lead this place? I know a couple. I know a couple don't, but it's going on 6 o'clock. It should be starting. It's go time. More people is on their way. I see some people. There's Preacher Man Mikey. Give me $50. Look. Preacher Man Mikey. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, y'all, it's go time.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. On behalf of the Harlan County Chamber of Commerce and Eastern Broadcasting, thank you all for being here tonight at the Harlan Center. We're proud to host this second candidate forum for magistrates to give voters the opportunity to hear directly from those seeking office, to learn about their priorities, and to better understand where they stand on the issues that matter to Harlan County. You know, it's great to see some in District 3 are speaking in the Tri-Cities tonight at their Meet the Candidate event, which is hosted by the Tri-City Chamber of Commerce. However, you can find a listing of all the candidates and offices in your printed program, and we encourage you to take time to review that information. We also want to thank each of our candidates for being here tonight, and for their willingness to serve. Before we begin, I'd like to brief that we'll have 2 minutes for a closing statement. To maintain fairness and allow for equal opportunity, the order of response has been randomly selected prior to the forum. The order will rotate so that each candidate has an opportunity to answer first. No questions will be taken from the floor tonight. All questions were submitted in advance and reviewed by the Chamber to ensure balance and relevance. We want to set clear expectations for the tone of tonight's discussion. This forum is intended to be a respectful and informative conversation for voters. We ask that candidates focus on their own ideas, qualifications, and vision for the role, rather than criticizing or attacking other candidates. We understand that differences in opinion are part of the process, but those differences should be expressed in a professional and respectful manner without personal attack. Keep them productive and focused. The moderator is guiding the forum, and if at any point the candidate fails to follow the moderator's instructions, that candidate may be asked to leave the stage. We kindly ask that the audience remain respectful. Please hold your applause until the conclusion of each section and allow each candidate to speak without interruption. We will begin tonight with the magistrate candidates for District 1. And those candidates for Magistrate District 1 are Paul Caldwell, Reggie Raleigh, Austin Miller, Matt Napier, Ralph Turner, and Jason Coling. Will those present please make their way to the stage?
Not clapping. Where's Powell? No Powell Caldwell. Make that a note, your reigning district magistrate ain't here.
We will begin with opening introductions. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to introduce yourself to the audience. I'm going to go ahead and give you the order, and then I'll call you up as we go. We will go in this order: Austin Miller, Matt Napier, Jason Kohlinger, Reggie Raleigh, and Ralph Turner. And we will start with Austin Miller.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here. My name is Austin Miller. I'm running for District 1 Magistrate. I'm running, I truly care about the community and the people in it. Like many of you, I've seen the issues over and over, the same ones, that need attention. Trash, illegal dumping, water. I'm not running to make promises that I can't keep. I'm running to work, to show up, to listen, and to do everything I can to make real progress where it matters most. Our district has always been a tale of two sides of the mountain, but it doesn't have to be that way. Both are certainly unique and different from each other, but there are more things in common that separate them. What we need is a magistrate that understands that all District 1 is important to making everything happen for both sides of the mountain. I want to be someone you can count on, someone who is present, approachable, and willing to put in the work to get things done. If given the opportunity, I'll work hard every day to represent you the right way. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you.
That's my boy.
Thank you. Matt Napier. Please hold your applause until the end of the section.
Well, everybody knows I'm Matt Napier, running the Feed Store up there. I'm camouflaged tonight, so it was a change for me, but I'm running for District 1 too. I've run the last 3 times before. We all see the problems, like I often said. There shouldn't be any differentiation between across the mountain and over here. We all get that, but we're all gonna have to work together with the physical board.
Hey, you can't say Austin.
With our ideas, and see if we can't come as a common goal, to do everything in the best interest of our, whether it be jobs, garbage, kids, children, jobs. We got it all. It's gonna take all of us to make it happen. As you all know, I had a fire up there, and I'm not using that excuse when I'm here tonight, because I believe in resilience. I'm here. That little catastrophe, I know it's a catastrophe, but it ain't gonna hold me back. I was guaranteed to be here. I told you I'd be here, and I am here. Thank you.
Thank you. Jason Kohlinger.
All right, good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I mean, it's good to see everybody stand up and hear what we all have to say. And thank you to the Harlan County Chamber of Commerce for putting this on. My name is Harold Jason Kohlinger. I'm 46 years old. I'm the son of Deborah and Junior Smith of Ross Point, and Harold Kohlinger Jr. of Putney. I'm the grandson of the late Harold and Bertha Kohlinger from 4 Mile, and the late Nolan and Leona Tootsie Howard of Ross Point. I reside in Putney with my wonderful wife, Stevie. And we were blessed with an awesome family of 7 kids, and we're currently on grandbaby number 5. I've been very active with the youth in our county, from volunteering for coaching youth sports, been associated with Harlan Little League Baseball, and the Pee Wee football program at Harlan County High School for about the last decade. And I've helped every road from being a member of the board to working on the concession stand. I've filled in roles needed because when it comes to our children, if a person truly cares, they'll go to any length to see what they can provide and what they can do for them. I'm a 1997 graduate of Campbell High School, and I was active with Harlan County Rescue Squad and both Harlan City Fire Departments for about 7 or 8 years. After high school, I continued that involvement with those organizations while I was employed at Mount Emmons EMT. Pursuing a better quality of pay to provide for my young family, I left Harlan in 2001, went to work for Ice and Load Casting in Corbin. After a short time in the production department, I shifted over to their industrial maintenance program. I repaired for them until 2008. Then I returned to Black Mountain Resources. I was glad to come home back to the mountains, being a miner just like my grandparents before me. During that time, it only took a short time, I was back in the maintenance field again. That's what I've been doing ever since. I fix things. We analyze problems, we figure out a solution, we do it efficiently, and that's what this county needs. It needs somebody who's going to work to rebuild it.
Thank you. Reggie Raleigh.
Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. My name is Reggie Raleigh. I'm a a God-fearing man who believes strongly in honesty, hard work, serving others. I was born and raised in Harlan County. For the past 20 years, I've proudly called Bledsoe, Kentucky my home. District 1 is not just where I live, it is where I raised my children. It is where many of my grandchildren will be raised. Because of deeply rooted connections, I am personally invested in continuing to make improvements that benefit District 1 and all of Harlan County, not just for the next 4 years, for generations to come. I spent 23 years underground in the coal mines of Harlan County. I've learned the true value of hard work, responsibility, looking out for others. Those lessons have stayed with me throughout my life and career. In 2016, I started my own business, Raleigh's Body Shop and Total, located here in Baxter. Through this business, I've been blessed with the opportunities to help people across Harlan County with some of their most difficult moments. Along the way, we have met many wonderful people while doing this work that I truly enjoy and take pride in. I am also a volunteer firefighter for the Bledsoe Fire Department and have done so for the past 6 years. During this time, I have worked alongside dedicated men and women and residents and neighbors and friends throughout Bledsoe and Pine Mountain, and people who have truly become more like family to me. You know, Harlan County means a lot. You know, I want a better future for my grandkids, and we all work together to make that.
Thank you. Ralph Turner.
They'll pass out.
Ralph Turner, I'm from Magistrate, District 2, number 2 on the ballot.
Going by, God.
Magistrate, District 1, number 2 on the ballot. I am married to Leanne Turner. Together we have 6 children and 5 grandchildren, with another grandson due in September. I am a Christian first and foremost. I'm not ashamed to say that I love the Lord. I am a retired miner with over 30 years of experience. I have served on different boards of the county and have some knowledge of the process. I have acted involved in our youth as a volunteer on 4-H for the past 15 years, attended a camp as a fishing instructor, and I coach basketball at Green Hill Elementary. In my spare time, I enjoy spending time with my family and playing with my grandkids.
Thank you. We will now move into the question section, and this is the order we'll go, and I'll remind you along the way. We'll start with Matt Napier, Jason Kohlinger, Reggie Raleigh, Ralph Turner, and Austin Miller. Matt Napier. What is the most pressing issue in your district right now, and how will you address it?
Well, as overall, there's nothing that you can center out in one aspect. Of course, everybody knows we've got hanging trees, we've got bad roads, the covers need really updated. If you fix the covers, you take the water off the roads, therefore, that's one less problem that is created. I believe in pre-maintenance, fix the problem before it becomes a problem. We got a lot of water drainage that I'd like to see fixed, whether it be state, county, individual, whatever. Every time it rains, we've got debris going across the roads that cause dredge, that can cause deaths that we do not need. Just mainly water spillways, of course, always the garbage, but that both boils down to us as people. Put forth effort to educate people, to not let them go about, have pride in our county, have pride in what we do. Everybody wants tourism. Well, who wants to come and look at the garbage on the side of the road? That is up to us to teach and preach, to clean up after ourselves. That's my opinion. I hope it works. All the way around. It ain't just in our district, it's everywhere. Tourism is a thing that's not well liked in places. I don't get off track. Like I said, when it comes to tourism, people come in to look at the beauty of our town. So why would they want to come look at stuff that if we don't teach and preach to clean up? Like I said, the roadways is a big deal. Water is always a main thing. No matter where we go, we're always going to have issues. But if we do it right the first time, quit band-aiding it, put it to work, and move on to the next project.
time. Jason Coley, would you like me to repeat the question, sir?
Thank you. I know, of course, our county itself, you're gonna hear this a lot. I've heard it a lot. One of the biggest issues everybody's talking about is the drinking water situation. I know across the mountain, a lot of the people, they've got a slogan. They said, yeah, it's either boil water or no water. I mean, this is 2026 in Harlan County. I mean, surely we can, instead of patching a problem, we need to be able to put together a solid solution. We need to analyze, look at our problem areas, see what needs to be done. And we still have people that are drinking well water. I mean, really, people, this is, southeastern Kentucky in modern times. There has to be a good, positive solution. And you lay down a plan, sit down with our people, put together a good, solid, structured plan. So everybody, when they turn the tap on, they've got good, quality drinking water. You have to have it clean, you have to have it to life, you have to have it to survive. And that right there has been the biggest issue jumping out, I think, from most of the people that I've talked to. And I think most of you all can agree with me.
Thank you, sir. Reggie Raleigh. Do you want me to repeat the question? What is the most pressing issue in your district right now, and how will you address it?
Well, District 1 is huge. The needs of people in Pine Mountain is different than the needs of people over here in Marlin and Baxter, Cross Point, Putney. But one thing it is in common is the water situation. We still have people in Bledsoe, and there is actually some people in Baxter that still do not have city water. They have well water in Baxter, but the people over in Bledsoe, some of those have store water. I think it's pretty sad that we can't get water, people, dependable water. And then, our roads are another issue. Like Matt said, some of the county roads, the back roads, state roads and stuff, they are overgrown. That's been another problem some people has mentioned to me is some of those people said that they can't see the pull out. It's like, simple thing, cutting hedges back, cutting the brush.
Thank you, sir. Ralph Turner.
Well, there's a lot of things we say we can do if we would just do it. We gotta have help out of all of the districts and everything, agreeing on things, and we go at it. We got trees on hanging for years. A couple of people lost their lives over there about 15 years ago. Grabbing our ditches, taking leaves down, branches down, and things like that. But we have a lot to do, and I think we'll do it. And I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you this evening. Harlan County faces real challenges, and we have limited revenues. Aging infrastructure in every area in the district has a specified need that is unique to the community. And what I mean by that is Putney's not the same as Bledsoe and things, and Baxter and things. Everything is different, the communities are. And so I will bring leadership to you, and I will provide clear reporting on how your money is spent. What projects we are able to accomplish, I will have regular community meetings so every voice is heard and concerned. Documents, and I will tell you the truth if we can do it or not. This isn't a position of privileges, it's a position of service to you, the people of District 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Austin Miller.
My boy here. Watch
Our
this.
water issues across District 1 it's the main issue we've got. That illegal dumping in the roads. I was on 522 the other day, the whole road slide down. It's been a year. It's not been fixed. The water, the answer to fixing the water is sell out to Kentucky American Water, not make a motion to delay the process. We've got a company that's willing to invest $20 million in the water system across Harlan County to repair infrastructure, replace infrastructure, and I think that's the way we need to go. I've met with these guys personally, and they've got a plan in place. They're willing to give back to the community, give back to kids, create jobs, actually make a school for a water company. And I think if you get these people together working on the water team, you make progress on fixing all the water issues across not only District 1 but District 5 as well. Putney, Cross Point, Baxter, Bledsoe, they all have water issues. Downtown Harlem side of the district needs some revitalization in downtown Harlem. And I'd be willing to work with the city on that.
Thank you.
My
The
God.
lineup for our second question will start with Jason Collinger, Reggie Raleigh, Ralph Turner, Austin Miller, and Matt Napier. Jason Collinger. How will you ensure transparency and communication with the residents of your district?
Okay, with the transparency, I was here last week for the judge executive meeting, and that is where it's been going around a lot here lately. Because I feel like people feel like they are left in the dark. Social media has changed a lot, and that is a great thing. But it's another tool that we're not using. I know our fiscal court meetings, they're in the day. Nobody can attend them. It's awful. But it's hard to get them to change from that. But it would also help if the equipment's already there, if they were trained. That way, when I get a
Flooded 3 years
they can go back and watch the meeting. They can contact me through social media, through phone number, or even set up a date that I can meet with them and express those issues to them. I mean, I've heard it a little bit about there being two sides to the mountain. Yeah, that mountain is a big dividing district. But we've got to get the sense of family and community back. And I think getting out with the public, communicating with a hands-on approach, community meetings, throw together once a quarter a town hall meeting where you get out in that district, get over to Bledsoe area, use the fellowship center out at the head of the creek, the gospel school, call everybody together, give them a chance, and put together like a small gala, something their kids can do, socially interact with people, and communicate back and forth. Because when they're comfortable with you, they communicate better. When we communicate better, that's when we can throw together a better plan that actually works.
Thank you. Reggie Raleigh. How will you ensure transparency and communication with the residents of your district?
Well, for one thing, several people that I've talked to when I've been out and about, one thing that always comes up is why are the meetings held in the mornings while people are at work? That's something we want to change and have the meetings in the evening times. Everybody deserves a chance to come and speak their opinion at these meetings. If you're having to work, you can't come. So we want to try to move this around so that the people who do want to come can participate. And every card that I give out to people has my number on it. All people that have to do is call me, we'll meet. I'm glad to come out and talk to anybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Ralph Turner.
I've lived my entire life in District 1, and I've seen good times and hard times. Now I want to give back to the place that has given me so much, a community who supports us in some of the darkest times and some of the face as a family. I'm not a politician, I'm not a great speaker, and this evening has placed me in probably some others out of our comfort zone. I don't miss our attention, I don't just want to see the job done and progress made. I won't make no promises that I can't keep, because the truth is, no one knows what they can do until they get in the job. I will work hard for you every day. Hard work is all me and my family have ever known. If given opportunity, I will use your voice, working each day to see progress, and that no opportunity is missed. Turn to turn, transparency, accountability, availability is number 2 on the balance. Thank you.
Thank you. Austin Miller.
Here we go.
How will you ensure transparency and communication with the residents of your district?
Transparency and communication start with being present, accessible, and accountable every single day, not just during the election. If elected, I'll make it a priority to keep residents informed and involved in the community. I will give regular updates on projects, road work, roadways during the snow, water, and ongoing issues across the district. I'll be easy to contact, whether it be by phone, text message, social media, or in person. I want to keep our entire district informed and addressed with any concerns from our citizens. I will be transparent and let our entire district know where taxpayer dollars are being spent. I will be active in the community, checking on issues firsthand so that I can ensure that these issues are dealt with properly.
Thank you. Matt Napier.
Well, I've done had this in my mind, before, but transparency is a common goal of everybody. We want to be seen. We've not had that in the last few years. I've had people call me and say, hey, who can do this? Who's our magistrate? I give them a name. I don't cut nobody, I give them a name. We need people that's gonna be out in the community, whether it be a ball game, whether it be a service, whether it be a meeting or whatever, to talk to people. I'll be in the district somewhere every day in one precinct or another. Today I might work Bledsoe, next day I might work Bigelow, next day I may work Cookie, Ross Point, Baxter, Harbor. Somewhere every day I will be in the district. If you see me out, you flag me over, you knock my window and say, I want to talk to you. I say, what you got? What's on your plate? What's on your mind? Let's discuss it. Let's figure this out. If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. But if I think I can, let me see what I can do. Give me a little time. Let's work on this together. There's going to be certain things we can do. There's going to be certain things we cannot do. But I will make this promise. I'll do everything I can possible to get it done. If it's in the power of my power or the court's power. Whatever it takes, we'll get it done. And I'll be back and say, look, I can get this done. Or I'll tell you another thing, I can get it done, give me time. But for the most part, I will be somewhere in the district every day. I'm easy to talk to. If you can't talk to me, you can't talk to nobody. And the people in here that knows me knows that. And I don't care what it's about. Let's talk. That's the only way you get to know your people. I don't cut people. I try to lift people up the best I can. If we can help you in some way, hey, let me know. I'm there. I'll be there for you. Accountability every day, not just the last 6 months of an election. I'll be there every day. Thank you.
Here's the lineup for the third question. We'll start with Reggie Raleigh, Ralph Turner, Austin Miller, Matt Napier, and Jason Kohlinger. Reggie Raleigh. Magistrates wear many hats, from budgeting to disaster response. What experience do you have that qualifies you for this role?
Well, in the mine, I wore many hats as well, doing the work, being over man, whatever, it's not a lot of difference, just gotta, act, whatever, if it's trees down, you gotta go out, assess it, what you can help do, call, Jimmy Brown, road foreman, whatever, so, know how to call your people, get people going wherever you need to go, move on from there.
Thank you. Ralph Turner. Do I need to repeat the question? Magistrates wear many hats, from budgeting to disaster response. What experience do you have that qualifies you for this role?
Well, all the time I was in the coal mine, I was a supervisor for 21 years. We had a large set of people who worked for us. In Alabama, 100-some people, USC like 1,200 people. And I've been a supervisor ever since I was 21 years old. And you catch on real easy to understand people's feelings. Because they've got a lot of things to bother them, but they don't bother us. So, you have to learn to do and help people as you go along. I mean, it's just, you can't let things go by. Just right along. That's all.
Thank you. Austin Miller.
How you gonna
Repeat the question. Magistrates wear many hats, from budgeting to disaster response. What experience do you have that qualifies you for this role?
I currently employ 12 employees. I oversee the budgets, I oversee payroll, projects that we do across the county. Also, I've got a bachelor's degree from Eastern Kentucky University. Gives me insight on critical thinking. And as far as experience, when Black Mountain Utility District had their water outages last year, first of the year, I had my crew out day in, day out, working with them, my own equipment, so I know how to handle an outage like that. I also went to North Carolina with a crew during Hurricane Helene, helped several people there, so I'm willing to help any way that I can during a disaster.
Thank you. Matt Napier.
He's right. Master doesn't wear many hats, budget and everything else. About everybody in here been in business at one time. You figured out how to make cuts here and make cuts there. I've been in business for 16 years. Come May, I've had to make difficult cuts. I've learned to put my money where it needs to be, take out where it don't need to be, make it work. Somehow, some way, make it work. There's a lot of things that comes with it. What you got the economy, yeah, you got the presidents, and you got everything combined. But transparency comes from making it work, finding a way, finding an example, and hitting it head on. That's what we need.
Thank you. Jason Kohlinger. Yes, sir. Magistrates wear many hats from budgeting to disaster response. What experience do you have that qualifies you for this role?
Okay, we'll start off with the disaster side of things. Straight out of high school, I had my EMTs work with Mountain EMS, Portland City Fire Department, Portland County Fire Department, Portland County Rescue School. So I have been with many of our Portland counties when they've been at their lowest spot, when they've hit rock bottom, from house fires, car wrecks, people passing home. I learned at a young age how to be adaptable, how to be sensible, and how to be empathetic. When they express their feelings, where they're looking for a good listen, give them advice and how to give. From a budget standpoint, I work for a multi-million-dollar company. I'm in their rebuild shop. When they turn pieces of equipment over to us, a lot of times it's done, it's spent. Me and my teammate and the other guys that we work with, we analyze that piece of equipment, we set out a list of priorities. It might not be exactly what they want, but it's exactly what it needs for them to turn around and be profitable. Sometimes we have to make cuts and just provide what it needs. Because you can't go throwing money at the house room all the time. You have to, like I said, there's always what people want, but what exactly do they need? And we have to be able to fit those needs efficiently.
Thank you. Here's a lineup for our final question. We'll start with Ralph Turner, Austin Miller, Matt Napier, Jason Kohlinger, and Reggie Robbins. Ralph Turner. Reliable services are critical to quality of life and growth in Harlan County. What do you see the role of the magistrate playing, identifying those needs, and advocating for improvements in their district?
We cannot tax our way out of these problems. We must spend smarter, and I will take closely elected leaders to pursue every opportunity. I will vote responsibly with our community needs first, support better parks, roads, beneficial to our neighborhoods. I will ask questions so that you will be informed about spending budgets throughout the monthly community meetings. Every voice will be heard. I'm not running for myself. I'm 69 years old, blessed with a wonderful wife and grandchildren. When my wife asked why do you want to run, I came and said, I live playing to our life in District 1, and I see the good times and the hard times. Now I want to give back to the place that I give me so much community who supported us in some of the darkest times and we face as a family. So I'm not a politician, but I'm here to help do everything I can do for Harlan County. I've been here all my life.
Austin Miller.
Tire 'em up, boy.
Reliable services are critical to quality of life and growth in Harlan County. What do you see the role of a magistrate playing identifying those needs and advocating for improvements in their district?
This goes back to being active in the community as a magistrate. You can't just sit back and wait on the issue to occur. You gotta be out every day looking to see what problems lie where. Listen to the people that live in the district. Listen to their needs. You gotta identifying the problems. It isn't enough. You gotta fight for the solutions, and push for responsible budgeting, prioritizing essential services like water, roads, and sanitation, and making sure our tax dollars are spent where they need to be spent. Growth doesn't happen until the basic needs are handled, and I'll make sure that our district isn't ignored when it comes to getting those basics right.
Thank you. Matt Napier. You want me to repeat the question?
Yes,
Reliable services are critical to quality of life and growth in Harlan County. What do you see the role of a magistrate playing in identifying those needs and advocating for improvements in their district?
well, continued improvement is always firsthand. Reliability, accountability, accessibility is nothing. A lot of the items I see as far as a lot of, what I'm trying to say here, like 911 system. People come up, they don't know where this at. I don't know how long it's not been updated. I can't tell you that, but it needs updated. You come to an address, and it's the wrong person, it's 6 miles up the road. Reliability, we need to fix that, definitely. If you get an ambulance call, what have you got? You don't know where it's gonna show up, you don't know where the fire truck's gonna show up, where the trucks, whatever we need, all that needs to be updated to the best it can be, not every 10 years, every 15 years, but every 2 or 3 years to keep us on track.
Thank you. Jason Coley. Reliable services are critical to quality of life and growth in Harlan County. What do you see the role of a magistrate playing in identifying those needs and advocating for improvements in their district?
I think we talked earlier, about this, ran a lot, it's got to do with transparency. Boots on the ground, getting out, talking to people, being heard, seeing what needs done. Identifying the district, breaking it down, looking at our priorities, and build a structured plan. Can we fix everything overnight? No, there's no big magic wand that we can wave. But with a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, getting out with our people, putting some pride back in our communities again, we can really make this county like it was once before. Something to be proud of and envious of.
Thank you. Reggie Raleigh. Reliable services are critical to quality of life and growth in Harlan County. What do you see the role of a magistrate playing in identifying those needs and advocating for improvements in their district?
Being out in the community, talking to people, seeing what everybody's needing, taking that to the fiscal court, getting approval of what can be done, help people where we can. Just really getting out there and hands on helping people, and you'll find out everything that needs to be done.
Thank you. We will now move into closing statements for the magistrate candidates in District 1. Our candidates will have up to 2 minutes to make their closing remarks. We will go in this order: Austin Miller, Matt Napier, Jason Kohlinger, Reggie Raleigh, and Ralph Turner. Austin Miller.
Thank you for your time tonight. We've talked about the issues, water, roads, trash, and furnace, but I won't just talk about them. I will work on them every single day. The work you have been seeing me do isn't something new. I've been helping as I can my whole life, but just as I am speaking with you today, I want to show you a glimpse of what a full-time magistrate should do every day. I consider my words, along with my deeds, as a resume or job interview for this position. It's not showboating, it's showing what I will do as your magistrate. Thank you, let's get to work together.
By God.
Thank you. Matt Napier.
We've all discussed it. Like I said, I'll be out in the community every day somewhere in my district. I'm gonna work hard for Harlan County. I don't just want a title, and I just don't want to pay. I'm for you, for people. That's something we're not having a while. We've got a lot of ideas. We push for different things. Nothing seems to get it done. Seems to me like the only thing we're doing is spinning the wheel. I'm tired of the mud hole. I'm tired of our people doing with that. Let's get out of the mud hole, quit spinning our wheels, and make an accommodation to our people in Harlan. Let's all work together. Let's get the job done. Thank you.
Thank you. Jason Coleman.
Okay, first off, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for putting on this event, District broadcasting for the live stream, and for all the Harlan counties that made it out today. I mean, this is great, guys. I'd love to sit here and make you a bunch of promises, but I'm gonna be straight with you. The only real promise I can make, I will fight for each and every resident of District 1, to make sure their needs are met. We all know what this county needs, big and small, but at the very top of the list is something so basic we should be fighting for in the 21st century. Infrastructure, the simple stuff. Roads that don't tear up your car. Water that you can trust that when you turn the tap on, it's gonna be there with clean, safe drinking water. To have it in your house every day. Internet that actually works for our residents, that work for home, our businesses, our schools, and at home when we need it. Better trash services. I would love to see a dumpster area that's accessible every day. I think that would cut down on a lot of the illegal dumping in this town. They're essentials that every family and worker and every business need to daily grow and survive. And here's the truth. No one is gonna bring any new jobs or invest in our community until these basic needs are met. When we repair these things, everything else will fall into place. Like I said, I can't promise you everything. I can promise you I will show up every single day in the district, work hard, and repair what is needed. I will speak up for you, I will fight for you. I will communicate with the residents, and report back all concerns that I can on physical. District Group 1 deserves a plan for the job. I am that one man. I go to work.
Thank you. Reggie Raleigh.
I want to be a magistrate because I care about people and the future of our district. This is my home. I want to make sure that it's a place where families feel safe, the roads are taken care of, opportunities to continue to grow. I believe in what leadership should be about listening, being fair, doing what is right, not what's easy. But I want to see someone who shows up, works hard, and makes decisions, truly benefit the people I serve. Most importantly, I want to give back to the community that's given so much to me. Serving as a magistrate isn't just a position, it's a responsibility, it's a job. You're not elected just to stay home and draw money. Get out, get hands on in your community, and do what needs to be done. Thank you.
Thank you. Ralph Turner.
Well, as your master and I will look in for funding to upgrade and expand our parks with safe playgrounds, walking, bike trails, and lighting for the existing park. My commitment is simple. Be proactive, develop partnership and good working relationship with the local government officials. Check on grants that could be obtained. Vote responsible on policies to make sure District 1 gets its fair share. Together we can create lasting space for this generation and the next. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to our magistrate candidates for District 1. Let's give those candidates a big round of applause. We will now move into the Magistrate District 2 candidate forum. The candidates for Magistrate District 2 are John Buell, Melton Middleton, Earl Fee Jr., Carl Canterbury, Derek Sage, Willard Wilkinson, Mark Stewart, and Milt Saylor. Will those candidates who are here, please make your way to the stage and join them.
Them folks slapping papers.
Do we have any late officials?
It's gonna be hard. One of their exciting.
Okay, we will begin with opening introductions. Again, each candidate will have up to 2 minutes to introduce yourself to the audience, and we will go in this order, starting with
There's 37.
Willard Wilkinson, Carl Canterbury, Mark Stewart, Melton Middleton, Earl Fee, and Derek Sage. And we will start with Willard Wilkinson.
First of all, I thank everyone for being here for this. This is very important debate, people. And we need someone that's going to serve our district and really serve it, not just be named. And I hope I am that named. But anyway, getting back to the basics. I've worked on the railroad all my life. I started when I was 18-year-old, and I retired from the railroad. For those that didn't know that I worked on the railroad, I want to make it perfectly clear that I did work and I retired here. But also, I want to make it perfectly clear that I was on the city council for 10 to 12 years. We went through a lot of stuff, just like a magistrate does with the judge of death. Also, too, you have hard times, disagreements, and there's some good hard times in judge of death, whatever. But also, we need to get our area of our way took care of. It is in bad shape. But I also want to tell people that if I'm elected, I will try my best. And people know me. Everybody that's up at court basically knows me. I'm well known on that court. And they know what I can coach them all. I thank you for your time. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Carl Canterbury.
Good evening. My name's Carl Canterbury, and I'm just so pleased to death to be here and be able to stand before my peers and my friends and many of you. I tell you, I have a servant's heart. When I was a junior in high school, I enlisted into the Army National Guard, where I served for 8 years. In 2001, I gave my heart to Jesus. That December, I gave my calling into the ministry, and I gave to serve in every aspect that I felt like that I could. About 12 years ago, I joined our local fire department, which is the Clover Fork Fire Department. It was Upper Clover Fork at the time, and their membership was very low, and my heart just went out to them. And because I have a servant's heart, my son, which was 9 years old at the time, and I joined the fire department. And in that time, in the last 12 years, I've served homes. I've stood in the driveways with people losing their homes. I've stood there when people's losing their loved ones are going on. Being a part of this, when the water issue in our community first started, because I had a servant's heart, I was standing in the judge executive's office saying, what can I do to serve my community? Just a few minutes, I was over at the county garage. They loaded up a pallet of water in the back of my truck, and as many gallons as we could put down, and I started at Glenbrook and made my way down. Had a servant's heart to visit every home to make sure everyone in our community had that. The pattern that we started as a water distribution center for our community this time is the pattern that's been adopted through all the fire departments that's been done that way. I have a heart to serve, I have a mind to serve, and I have a desire to serve because I choose to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Stewart.
Hello, everyone. I have lived in beautiful Harlan County all my life. My wife is Gloria Stewart. We have been together for over 25 years now. We have raised 8 kids. I started my YouTube channel 4 years ago when Clover Fork went through its water crisis. I wanted to create more transparency, something I always believed this county lacked, along with accountability. I started attending the Everett City Council meetings to keep up with our water crisis when Clover Fork went 14 days without water. I haven't missed one meeting since, unless that meeting was canceled. I've advocated to move the meeting out of a small space they was in to a bigger space. It got moved to the public library so the public would feel more welcome. I noticed that the American flag on the water tank looked dirty and grimy. West Clover Fork Fire Department, if I remember correctly, cleaned all that. I asked about the inside of the water tanks. They're scheduled to be cleaned inside with a scuba diver and be cleaned outside. When the mayor asked for the public to contact representatives, I published the contact information of these representatives and asked the public to bring attention to the water issue. Thanks to everyone working together, citizens and local government, Everett is getting a second water tank built by Save-A-Lot next to the existing one and a new water plant that is scheduled to be built. As magistrate, I will keep advocating for a better future for our district. I'm not going to do the minimum requirements for this position. I'm going to be a people's magistrate. I want to thank everyone for coming out, all the broadcasting stations for doing this, and our local YouTubers. Thank you.
Thank you. Melton Middleton.
My name is Bill Middleton. RT Middleton for 16 years. Last 5 years at our town. That's all. It's my business. It's all. Been married for 30 years. That's all. I work. I do maintenance. They call me. Nobody else wants to do the job. Okay. I think I'm qualified. Give me a chance.
Thank you. Burl Fee.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm Burl Fee Jr. And hopefully for many of you, your Republican candidate for magistrate in District 2. I'd like to start out by telling you a little bit about me. Born and raised here in Harlan County, which I'm extremely proud of. And service has been something ingrained in me from a very young age. My father, as you know, Burl Fee, served as mayor of Everett for many years. And I had the privilege of watching firsthand what it means to put people first, to always show up, and serve without expecting anything in return. I also had a terrific mother who was a wonderful servant, one that drove me to church and eventually led to a personal relationship between me and Jesus. Those two examples are what's contributed most of who I am today. Over the past 20-some years, I worked to carry those same morals and principles into everything that I've done. From city council to county tourism, and currently, as Everett's tourism director, chairman of the Black Mountain Off-Road Recreational Area, and president of Harlan Little. In each of those roles, the focus has been the same: to strengthen our community, to establish good connections to benefit our county, to support local growth, and create opportunities for our people and our youth. Whether that's promoting tourism, which is bringing in outside dollars into our local economy, managing and improving the county's biggest attractions, or building a safe and positive environment for our kids to grow up in, I believe in doing more that matters. Because we're all neighbors, and I truly want to see the community grow and thrive. I'm not running to play politics, I'm running to serve. I'm here to tear none of these guys down because that's nonsense. I trust you, the voters of this county, to make informed decisions and elect the person you feel represents you the best. Tonight is a wonderful opportunity for you to hear from each candidate, and hopefully I will do enough to earn your vote with my ideas and plans for District 2. No show, no political jargon, just results.
Thank you. Derek Sage.
Oh boy. Yeah, boy.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the Chamber of Commerce for hosting tonight. My name is Derek Sage, and I'm proud to be running for District 2 Magistrate. Like many of you, I've spent my life here. I work here, I raise my family here, I care deeply about the future of our community. As a magistrate, the job is simple but important, to be a voice of the people of our district to help make responsible decisions about how our budget is spent. This means focusing on the things that affect our daily lives. Safe roads, reliable water, clean communities, and investing in places for our kids like playgrounds, parks, and youth programs. Our children are the future, and they deserve to be invested in. District 2 deserves leadership that listens, works hard, treats every tax dollar with respect. When I'm elected, my promise is simple. I'll work hard for you, I'll always be reasonable, I always put my people of District 2 first. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate your support in both May 19th.
Thank you. We will now move into the question portion of this forum. We're going to start with the first question, and this will be the order. Carl Canterbury, Mark Stewart, Milton Middleton, Burl Fee, Derek Sage, and Willard Wilkinson. Carl Canterbury. Serving as a magistrate involves a wide range of duties. What skills or experiences do you bring that make you ready to serve effectively?
That's a very good question. I feel like I've been training for this position my whole life. It's a desire to serve. With my time in the Army as I served, I was a track mechanic, so I worked on Army tanks. That's what I'd done. A lot of times I was self-sufficient, worked alone. Jobs needed to get done, I got them done. As being a business owner, I own a business here in Harlan half of the last 16 years. To finance, manage, get out and get dirty if I have to, and usually I have to. I've got a desire to work and labor. I feel like if I'm not the dirtiest person at the end of the day, then I've not done my job. I have a desire to work and labor. I feel like it's being a part of the fire department throughout my county and doing that. Dealing with people, dealing with tragedy, dealing with events. All these things mold and create us into who that we are and lead us into the person that we can become. And like I said as I started, I believe that I've been training for this my whole life. No one can fully understand what the work of the magistrate is except for an incumbent or someone that has filled that position. I don't know what it all entails or what it all engrosses, but I'm hungry to find out. I feel like I have the skills, I feel like I've had the training, I have the desire and the want to. And so I think I'm highly qualified. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark Stewart. Do you want me to repeat the questions?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Serving as a magistrate involves a wide range of duties. What skills or experiences do you bring that make you ready to serve effectively?
Well, I'm not a politician, so you're not going to get political answers from me. I really don't consider magistrates leaders, as I've seen a lot of people post. I consider them a voice, an advocate for the district that they represent. I've been a watchdog over that district in the city of Everett for the past 4 years. It's the biggest city in that district, so its growth is important to me. I have a strong work ethic. I will be out working with the people, for the people in the community. I don't care to open up a can of elbow grease and get my hands dirty. I have the passion and drive to make people's lives better all over. I have the experience working with tight budgets. I have experience in being able to spot wasteful spending. I have experience in bringing transparency to the public. I want to look at what our neighboring counties did, such as Bell County, Leslie County, what they did to lower their property taxes. I have heard that we can't do anything, but obviously we can do something since our neighbors pay way less, around half of what we do. That would put money back into the pockets of the citizens. I believe the young voters should have a strong voice, be more involved. These young voters will someday be our future elected officials. Thank you.
Thank you. Milton Middleton. Serving as magistrate involves a wide range of duties. What skills or experiences do you bring that make you ready to serve effectively?
My job, I go out, I tell them what the problem is. Usually I put forward and it's like somewhere, and you take
Thank you. Borough fee. Serving as a magistrate involves a wide range of duties. What skills or experiences do you bring that make you ready to serve effectively?
Thank you. What I feel sets me apart and qualifies me is that I'm not just talking about serving the community. I'm already doing it. Through my work over the past 20-some years in various leadership roles across the community, I've been responsible for solving real problems, managing real resources, and delivering real results. I bring a combination of hands-on experience, proven leadership, and a track record of getting things done. I understand the challenges that our county faces because I've worked in it and have not just spoken about it. This is not about running for a title. I'm running to continue the work that I've already been doing and been part of the county for. Throughout my career, other political positions and serving in the community, I've also worked for myself and my father. We have a mine supply business for 16 years. And as Matt alluded to earlier, some of the guys up here, when you work for yourself, real-time decisions matter. And it forces you to become a person that can handle things as they come at you quickly. And I feel that those experiences combined with the leadership positions I've been in throughout the community make me the perfect candidate.
Thank you. Derek Sage. Serving as a magistrate involves a wide range of duties. What skills or experiences do you bring that make you ready to serve effectively?
First and foremost, not talking and actually doing. I started my business with one employee 7 years ago, now with over 7. I do payroll, write checks, do big jobs. There's no question I can run a budget. I keep hearing questions and comments of why is he out doing it now? I'll work right now. Well, the work you see me out doing, where it is not me showing off, it's just simply showing up. I feel like that's what a magistrate should do, and I'm personally showing you what type of magistrate we have if you elect me, May 19th. Thanks.
Thank you. Willard Wilkinson. Serving as a magistrate involves a wide range of duties. What skills or experiences do you bring that make you ready to serve effectively?
I think one thing that really stands out that helps me understand. I was on the council for 10 or 12 years. Well, you're sort of like a magistrate on that council. And the mayor would be like the judge and say, there's things that you got to deal with. Sometimes not good, sometimes good. But during that process, during that time, we worked out, we got water, new tanks, and everything, city efforts, and everything like that. And just different things in the communities and stuff. So I'm definitely know how to deal with that. And I know how to talk to people. You treat people, you talk to people, ask them what their problem is, ask them if they need something. Then you talk to the judge executive, need to work with people and stuff. You know, it's just short and simple, but that's what you need to do. You gotta have a communication between you and the people in your district. If you not have that communication, it's just like coaching. Coach ball for 25, 30 years. You haven't got communication with your team, you're not gonna have a good team. And we're not gonna have a good community, good club of work, we don't have a good communication with our manager. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move to our second question, and this is the order we will go in. Mark Stewart, Milton Middleton, Burl Fee, Derek Sage, Willard Wilkinson, and Carl Canterbury. We'll start with Mark Stewart. How do you plan to keep residents informed and engaged in decisions that affect their community?
Well, I'm gonna keep them informed with complete transparency, putting everything online, everything that magistrates, I'm elected, will be, everything I do. Meetings will be put online. That's the best way, I think, to keep the public informed. What was the second part of your question?
How do you plan to keep residents informed and engaged in decisions that affect their community? Engaged.
Well, the engagement part, they need to come to the meetings or watch them online. That way they know what's going
Thank you. Melton Middleton. How do you plan to keep residents informed and engaged in decisions that affect their community?
Well, like I said, I'm not big on the internet, my wife, my son, my family is. I plan on getting out talking. There's 7 precincts, District 2. I'll be at home every single day. And you'll see me calling every single day. I'll be working. Best way for me to get something across is if you got a ditch that's stopped up, I'll put you in. If I can do it, I'll do it. If I can't, sometimes the answer will be no. But you ain't gonna make everybody happy. It's just the same. It's just how it is. You're not gonna make everybody happy. I'll try every day. Everybody can do what you want me to do.
Thank you. Burl Fee. How do you plan to keep residents informed and engaged in decisions that affect their community?
Sir, as I'm doing now, I do believe that social media is a wonderful source for communication. I would like to continue to utilize the social media and post when things come up. But as I also stated at the beginning of my candidacy for this position, that I believe being president matters most of all. I would love to set up an office within our district to where people can come daily or whenever they have the opportunity to come through town to stop by and interface directly with those folks in an environment where they feel like they're welcome to share their ideas and their frustrations. I would love to be able to move some of our meetings to where some of the public can come to later in the afternoons. And like I also alluded to earlier in my campaign, I would love to set up meet and greets in each community routinely. Because like, we've all talked about, showing up and being on is the main thing for this. People want someone they can communicate with, someone that knows what's going on in each area. And the only way to do that is to be present. Like I said, social media is a wonderful avenue of mass communicating, but there's nothing that will replace being present and showing up when you're needed.
Thank you. Derek Sage. Yes, sir. How do you plan to keep residents informed and engaged in decisions that affect their community?
Well, I think that we should put fiscal court meeting, if that's something that can be done. I think streaming would be great, someone's already said, but everybody in this district's already had my personal cell phone number. I've always been able to reach, but I believe in being engaged in present day. There's not one precinct that I've not worked in currently. Pretty good sized job to show people what a district magistrate could be. But feel free to call me day or night, your problems are my problems, and there's not too big or too small that can't handle it. It's within the law, we'll be glad to take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Willard Wilkinson. How do you plan to keep residents informed and engaged in decisions that affect their community?
I would first of all, I put me a Facebook page out there directly for that business and all, because I don't have a Facebook page, but I will put one out for that. And I want to continue, I want the community, Cloverport, from Goose Bottom to Coxville, I want to know what their input will be on this. And I'm good, I talk to people directly. I've talked about things years ago. I didn't come here just to run the measure today. I was concerned about our problems years ago. All this trash, this bad water and everything. But what I'm getting at, I will make sure I will have communications with our judge executive. We know what our people are told and what they've done. And if we can get help with it, we want to do it. That's the problem right now, people, on Cloverport, up there. Once you go by Save-A-Lot, you're on your own in the wintertime. And I'm being honest here. We live up there, and the roads is not good. I went myself and called the state and got them to clean that coverage up there. Got them to clean that out down the vertical beside the graveyard, because you know, in the wintertime, it's real bad there. The roads are bad paper up down below my house. I called, got them to clean up there and paid that. I wasn't no magistrate. I was just a human being like us. But I will talk to people. and I will represent Clover Fork in all of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Carl Canterbury.
I think when it comes down to it, everybody wants to feel that they matter. And when we don't matter, or someone feels like that they don't matter, then they don't engage. I think in the age of social media as we have today, I think it'd be very simple to be able to message through our communities countywide as things are going on. We have the code red alert systems. I think we can utilize that during times of emergencies or natural disasters that we can update throughout the day and use that. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, we have TikTok, and I know that we all just love TikTok. We can use these tools and use these to reach people, engage with one another. But I believe, as I stated at first, we have to make sure that everyone feels like they matter. Because if you feel like you matter, then you're going to engage with me. If you feel like your need can be met, where I care about your need, where I care about your problem, then you're going to come to me and tell me about your problem. This is how we do it. We have to treat one another respectfully. We have to listen. We have to engage. We have the platforms available for us. So I think it's very important. So that's the way that I would do it. Let everyone know that they matter. Their need matters. Their problem matters, big or small. It matters. Because if it matters to you, then it should matter to your magistrates, to your judge executives, to our senators, all the way up to our governor. Thank you.
Thank you. This will be the order for our third question. Melton Middleton, Burl Fee, Derek Sage, Willard Wilkinson, Carl Canterbury, and Mark Stewart. We will start with Melton Middleton. From your perspective, what challenge is most affecting the people in your district today, and what actions would you take to respond to it?
I'd say roads, ditches, several different things. Drug addicts, we've got a lot. I would, if I were him, I would hire me for the job. I would reach out to Jim Rock, to Mike, to Mill, whoever wins. Work with the manager. Cross Pine Mountain, that's similar to 30 acre folks. Every precinct we got is similar some way. We got a lot of problems. Until a man actually gets to sit in that seat, he has to vote. He has no idea what this job is. And again, I'll do my best. I will work hard.
Thank you. Burl Fee. From your perspective, what challenge is most affecting the people in your district today, and what actions would you take to respond to it?
One of the biggest challenges that we've seen up in our district, as well as District 1, and I think they all spoke about it as well, is water. In our Disney community, and especially up in Clover Fork and some of the outlying areas of the county, we have an extremely hard time getting good quality drinking water to them reliable. Fortunately, I was on Black Mountain Utility District for about a year and was in the preliminary discussions of the American Water for purchasing the system. I would love to see that sale continue through. I think it brings a lot of value to our people. Also, the city of Edwards is currently has funding pending for a new water plant. I would love to do whatever we can as a county and as the magistrate of District 2 to ensure that those funds are received, whether that be putting pressure on some of the elected officials in the Senate and making sure that that project is completed as well. Because Edwards feeds pretty much everything on Clover Fork. And without a good water plant there, the other watersheds will suffer. Another thing that is a big issue in our district is illegal dumping. We've seen many different sites, and all of us are familiar with those, where people take their large items and dump them. I think we should be a little bit more proactive, and that we should be able to place dumpsters in each community routinely for those to have an option to go and put it somewhere rather than over the hill. And that absolutely drives me insane. And I also believe that we should install some trail cams or some way for doing so. Because everyone is responsible for taking care of their trash, and there's no excuse for not doing that.
Thank you. Derek Sage. From your perspective, what challenge is most affecting the people in your district today, and what actions would you take to respond to it?
No questions asked, get big water. I think everyone in this room can agree with that in my district. Our communities that went 16 days without water is unacceptable. Nope, it's 2026 and you must strive to do better, absolutely not acceptable. No worker should never come off work early and not have water to take a bath, drink, cook, wash clothes, or anything of that nature. No kid should wake up with dirty clothes and worry about taking a shower before they go to school the next day. And also, legal dump, I think legal dumping is horrible. Nobody knows what's so popular is. It's horrible. We got plenty of people reach out to me there, and we've been cleaning up some as we can, trying to help the community, just reaching a hand. There's some in Johnson Creek that we got to take care of, so I'm legal dump, it was a dump, that needs cleaned up. And a lot of garbage there, but I think that this water and the legal dump are the biggest part of the rest of the area. And up Clark Fork past, Holmes Mill, there, the bad roads need paving bad, as coal trucks are running down pretty good there. Other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you. Willard Wilkinson. From your perspective, what challenge is most affecting the people in your district today, and what actions would you take to respond to it?
Well, we still got the same problem we've had for years of our infrastructure, it's our roads, our water, and our sewage. And I tell you, there's people over at our way that still hasn't got water, and stuff like that. And people, we need sewage in our way. I know a lot of people may disagree with us. We need sewage. That needs taken care of. We don't want sewage going in our rivers and stuff like that, creating problems and stuff. That's where we start getting clean communities. And we need to work with the solid waste on cleaning up these trash dumps and stuff. I'll be honest with you, these hot spots, they need to put out trail cams, and that's what it's about, people. If you're up there illegally dumping or whatever, you should be ticketed. It's just like these people throwing these dogs out and stuff like that. The little dogs up there and starting to dead. I love that. I love dogs too. And they're mistreated. Then it gets back to our animal shelter there. They don't really get all the funding they need for what they do. They're overloaded with this. That needs to be helped. And it gets back, like I say, with water, or sewage, or roads and stuff. Which today, I see them paving some roads. Thank God that we're paving them. I don't live on some of the roads, but I appreciate it. But we got to work together, and we got to address this. When we get in there, quit ignoring it for 4 years, and hope next 4 years you get elected again. So that's my thought on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Carl Canterbury.
To say what I feel is the most challenging, or one thing challenging to me would be superficial to someone else, or what they think is super challenging may be superficial to me. But we have many challenges throughout our communities. Our roadways, Kentucky 38 is one of the roughest, horriblest roads that we have in the state. And I know that's not a county problem, but I would make it my problem if I had to call the state road department every single day until they block my number to get this road taken care of. These railroad tracks that we have all throughout, not only Clover Fork, but throughout our county are terrible, causing undue wear upon all of our vehicles. They're expensive. It's expensive to replace your front end, you tie rods once a year, ball joints, because of our road conditions. Our water situation, it's been an ongoing problem up in our community for 15 years that I can think of. It's been a problem. Hopefully they're making strides to get this taken care of. Many things. It's challenging. Communication, it frustrates me not to be able to make a cell phone call when I'm driving down the road. We all do it. We all text and drive. We all do it. But when I need to make a phone call, I need to make a phone call. So I have to wait till I get to Everett's, and then I have 3 minutes of drive time, and I lose. We can do better. We can do better. We've got some of the highest mountains in the state right around here that we can put extra cell towers on to bring communication down to where we can use it, so we don't have such dry spots. Many challenges. We have a drug problem. We've got young people that's been addicted to drugs every single day. I've talked to our sheriff's department. It's a challenge, and it's growing exponentially throughout our county. We have a lot of things to work on. Someone mentioned from District 1 that we can't fix it all in one day, but we can start. We have to start. Thank you.
Mark Stewart. Repeat the question.
Yes, sir, repeat the question.
From your perspective, what challenge is most affecting the people in your district today, and what actions would you take to respond to it?
Well, of course, our water, like everybody has mentioned, so I definitely keep advocating for that. We need to focus on cleaning up things in our district. The illegal dump sites, which has been mentioned. Trail cams do need to be installed around those dump sites. It's been 20 years that I know of since the state's cleaned the ditches on 38. I noticed the other day going to work there that they are cleaning around them. I don't know if it's going to be all clean, but they are doing some. I see overgrown weeds in our ditches and on our county roads. These ditches need dug down, culverts need to be inspected, replaced if needed. The flood tunnels were designed and installed to prevent us from flooding. When we maintain these ditches, our water can make it to the clover fork and onto these tunnels as it was designed. Cleaning the ditches and all the culverts is essential. We need to cut back the trees, on the roads to keep our travelers safe. We need to clean up our streams. Clean, beautiful water flowing through our district. The citizen can open up a river tube float business or a kayak business. I know when our family goes on vacation, we don't want to see trash everywhere. I want to see beautiful scenery. We can get this done by working with local organizations, nonprofits, and still as citizens that's willing to step up and volunteer. We need to do better than a spring cleanup once a year. I think we should have at least 2. Our county should pick up all garbage. Not everything I know can go into the trash compactor, but the citizens should be able to contact the magistrate and say, hey, I have some trash, can it be picked up? And they should come pick it up in a truck or a buggy at no cost to the citizen. We need to have several large dumpsters in place strategically throughout our district. The rundown houses that have tons of back taxes owed or total eyesores, they can be rebuilt, become affordable housing for someone in need. The Hardin County Detention Center does a wonderful job serving all 5 districts and keeping it clean. We can do better.
Thank you. Now we'll move to our 4th question, and this will be the order. We will start with Earl Fee, Derek Sage, Willard Wilkinson, Carl Canterbury, Mark, and Milton Middleton. Earl. When it comes to long-term planning, how would you prioritize and fund improvements to essential systems and services across your district?
Essential services are extremely important, and obviously, you have to rank them according to the amount of people that they serve and what is going to give you money. For me, that begins with what we alluded to earlier, the water system. So when I look as a candidate for magistrate or any other role that I do, you have to be able to rank those things based on how many people it's going to serve. For us in District 2, I think the most extremely important thing is to make sure the water systems are. I also think that, a garbage situation, our youth getting them, involved in some of this stuff is extremely important. But you have to look at it critically and rank them from 1 to 0, or from 0 to 10. And I think that some of those that are most important stem from water, garbage, and getting your kids involved.
Thank you. Derek Sage.
Oh, he likes them, yeah.
When it comes to long-term planning, how would you prioritize and fund improvements to essential systems and services across your district?
I'm just gonna put it to you simple. I think it's the water, trash, and our roadways. That's what needs to be done the most of. And also, I think listening, being engaged with the community every day. I've not made any promises, but one, I've we'll work hard for you every day. I'm a doer, I'm not a talker, and everybody here knows that, and, that's all I got for that.
Thank you. Willard Wilkinson.
God, wasting time.
When it comes to long-term planning, how would you prioritize and fund improvements to essential systems and services across your district?
Well, one thing I would do, I would enrich the cities in our district. I would sit in on their meetings and try to work with them to work out through our area to see what we could do to help parts of the area through our, like it be on water, be on sewage or whatever. But also, we need to get out too and work on our communities, try to get these old fields that the county owns, get them restored, put them use for something. Put something out there that we can use for our youth, our young people, and get these buildings or something, try to get, excuse me, try to get donations and stuff to help fund. Because I'll tell you something, people, if we do not get something going for our youth, that's when the jobs and everything go. So we gotta have something, we gotta look that's gonna bring youth and jobs back to our communities and help our businesses too. It all works hand in hand, and that's what I would try. But I would, first of all, want to talk to the people and see what I can do.
Thank you. Carl Canterbury.
Thank you. I think the number one responsibility of a judge executive starts with public safety, and the work of the magistrates are an extension to that. I believe what we would need to do to prioritize the problems that we have throughout our district is we have to try to come up with a type of scale prioritizing them as the worst possible. One is a 10 and the least is a number one. Things that require a lot of funding that we can see long term. There's where a county-wide grant writer would come in and sit down and write grants. Public service, public safety is number one. Have a grant writer that's writing grants for our fire departments, because if you're not a volunteer fire department, you have no idea what it costs to be. Just to put a coat and a pair of pants on a firefighter is about $5,000. And then we even put gloves on him, a helmet, a hood, or boots yet. It's expensive. Fire trucks are expensive. We have a full-time grant writer writing grants for our fire departments, for our EMS, for our public safety, for our sheriff's department, for our police departments, working that down, prioritize all along the while we're gaining ground on these big things. We jump down here and we knock out some of these little things to where we're seeing the progress, because as we make a little bit of progress, it incentivizes us to want to work harder. The community sees us doing something. The community sees this little things getting done, and before long we've got a lot of little things done, and we're building up for this big thing that we can do. But get a new fire truck for a needy fire department, get a new ambulance in here, get the water taken care of, get a new cell tower in my community where I can have cell phone. Something that we can work on these small things while we're attacking the big things. We've got to prioritize, and we've got to get it done.
Thank you. Mark Stewart. When it comes to long-term planning, how would you prioritize and fund improvements to essential systems and services across your district?
Well, one thing I'm going to do to help with funding is put up a portion of my salary as magistrate. Me and my wife, we live on, minimum wage, stuff like that. We're comfortable with what we make. Another thing I think we should look at is cut some spending, wasteful spending, see if there's any wasteful spending going on inside the department everywhere in the physical court. Maybe implement a Doge program, something like what happened in DC, but here in Harvey, look for any kind of ways to save money, cut expenses. That's about what I got on funding.
Thank you. Milton Middleton.
Let me repeat the question.
When it comes to long-term planning, how would you prioritize and fund improvements to essential systems and services across your district?
There's several different things to do. In reality, you have 2 guys per district. these parks, and all these ditches, all
I got work here lunchtime.
time they get one park cut, they start up.
Right.
That is